Former President Jacob Zuma seems more determined than ever to take on the Economic Freedom Fighters, EFF, and its leader, Julius Malema, who was formerly thought to be among Zuma's harshest opponents. According to insiders, resentment for Malema's harsh criticism of Zuma's leadership in the past may be the driving force behind his actions. Even while Malema seemed to think that the past was behind them, the fallout, which began during Zuma's tumultuous time as ANC president, has resulted in a persistent tension that hasn't gone away. As the leader of the EFF after his political break with the ANC, Malema established himself as Zuma's bitterest critic, often denouncing him for alleged corruption and the ANC's management of public funds. With charges ranging from state capture to a disrespect for democratic values, many of Malema's allegations garnered media attention and permanently altered Zuma's popular perception. Recent behavior, however, indicates that Zuma may not be as forgiving as Malema may have assumed. According to those close to Zuma, he is consciously using social and political forces to undermine the EFF, which has grown significantly in popularity in South Africa, especially among voters who are young and economically disadvantaged. Zuma's recent political moves, such as his endorsement of members of the newly formed MK party and those who have lately left the EFF, suggest a calculated attempt to weaken Malema's position. According to political expert Aubrey Mapaila, Zuma is a strong opponent because of his extensive network in South African politics and his long memory for personal slights. According to Mapaila, Zuma's will to undermine the EFF stems from a feeling of unresolved issues with Malema. Supporters of Zuma are uniting behind their former leader in an attempt to retake political power because they believe Malema is mostly to blame for Zuma's damaged reputation. Zuma's attempts to destroy the EFF are not in vain. There are rumors that further defections may occur as former EFF officials, like Floyd Shivambu, who just quit due to internal conflict, are moving toward Zuma's side. Prominent people have also joined Zuma's MK party, supporting his objective to oppose Malema's movement and agreeing with his political narrative. One such individual is former public protector Bisasayom Quibane. Zuma's comeback poses a complicated and perhaps unstable challenge to Malema and the EFF. Even while the EFF is still one of the most vocal supporters of land reform and economic change, Zuma's actions may weaken the party's internal cohesion and electoral momentum if coalitions change. As Zuma's efforts to oppose the EFF progress, the distance between him and Malema reveals significant rifts in South Africa's political system. The forthcoming election season will be made more intriguing by this political contest, which is characterized by unresolved bitterness and opposing ideas. Once more, the General Secretary of the South African Communist Party, SACP, Mapaila, recently gave a harsh condemnation of former President Jacob Zuma's recently established Mkhonto weSizwe, MK, party in an interview on the Sunday World Engage podcast. The MK party, according to Mapaila, is a counterrevolutionary entity that undermines the revolutionary principles that the SACP and its allies have always supported. The unity and ideological underpinnings of the ANC-led alliance, which consists of the SACP and the Congress of South African Trade Unions, COSATU, are seriously threatened by Zuma's MK party, according to Mapaila, who has continuously backed the ANC in its historic role in South Africa's liberation. The founding of the MK party directly contradicts the revolutionary ideals for which the SACP and its supporters have battled for many years, said Mapaila. Its mission is far from revolutionary, but it aims to capitalize on disappointment and anti-ANC feeling. His comments have fueled the continuing discussion regarding South Africa's political future, especially as new parties are starting to threaten the ANC's hegemony. Some have seen Zuma's MK party's creation as a reaction to the mounting discontent with President Cyril Ramaphosa's leadership of the governing party. But according to Mapaila, the goal of this action is to disrupt the political system rather than further the nation's revolutionary advancement. Zuma's party is criticized for appealing to nationalist feelings while eroding the democratic institutions and ANC-shaped policies. Supporters of the MK party have presented the party as a reaction to the shortcomings of the existing administration, especially with regard to matters like land reform, corruption, and economic inequality.